I'm Bishop Francis Waluke.
My name is Amy, and you're watching.
I'm Taiwo Otegbe.
I am Bishop Samuel Wan Olumakinde Alawode.
This is the PMA show. Keep watching.
Thank you for staying tuned. This is the PMA show. My name is Moji Alawi, and I'm on set today with a unique young man with a passion for what he is doing. I know him as Jazzyb. He's going to introduce himself to you. Welcome, Jazzyb, to the show.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Thank you. It's a pleasure
Thank you for
meeting you. Yes. And it's good to be on your set.
Yes, I'm excited you're here. Okay, so who is Jazzyb, God's errand boy?
I like that. Jazzyb. My real name is Adibayo Adedoyin Adesoji. That's my real name.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of people want me to add prince to the name, but
Are you a prince?
of course, grandchild of the late Oni of Ifeoba Adesoji Aderemi.
Wow, you could be the king for like.
But I'm actually, the prince of the real prince.
Wow,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that.
So, went to Sacred Heart Private School.
Okay.
When he was still under Bishop Alabajo.
Okay.
The most expensive primary school
I
in
know.
Ibadan.
Don't tell me. Because when I was in primary school, I was like, those schools, Sacred Heart, I wanted to attend Sacred Heart. My parents couldn't afford that.
Then I went from there to,
Okay.
I did a term at Loyola College, but Loyola was too far from where we were staying, so I went to Methodist High School, Expressway Tollgate.
Wow.
Then went from there to, I actually didn't want to go to university.
You didn't want to go to school?
I didn't
like
want to
school
go to.
wasn't in you?
I didn't want to go to university.
Just want to do something
I felt,
like...
not so. I felt.
Were you stubborn?
Is there another word for stubborn? I was the real.
Okay. Give me daddy problem. Give me mommy problem. There's such. What is mommy used to call you?
My dad calls me Junior.
Junior.
We get the same name.
Oh.
Just too bad that I was the other side of him.
Oh,
He's a gentle type.
So you
And
are
he
not
gave
the
birth to
the stubborn.
to the
Let's
happy
just
one.
leave it.
Well, I eventually went to University of Ife before it became Obafemi Awolowo University.
Awesome.
I went there because I just wanted to tell them, it's not because I didn't pass school.
That I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I just felt what I wanted to do wasn't within the 4 walls of the university.
Wow.
I went to OAU, University of Ife that became OAU.
Yeah.
Then,
Makes you sound old.
yeah. Well, a whole lot of people.
You know that, yeah.
A whole lot of people don't. Well,
Yeah.
your vision keeps you young.
Absolutely.
By the day, so
Absolutely.
I think that's what I'm enjoying. That's the grace I
Beautiful.
carry. Then I shot a movie.
Okay.
That's after I got born again. I shot my first movie before ever going to a film school. I didn't even want to go to a film school.
So you went to a film school?
I did. I went to a film school, City Varsity Film, Television and Multimedia School
Beautiful.
in Cape Town, South Africa.
Beautiful.
I actually landed in South Africa with $100, and I was going to stay for 3 months. That's, passion is not something you go. So, but somehow, while I was there, I was part of this movie called The Triangle. It was the 14th season.
Okay.
The guy that's so popular for 24 today, that's...
Jack Bauer?
Oh, yeah, that's not his original name.
I know, but that's what I know.
We shot a movie together.
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah, but they didn't even know that I was into drama, into movie, and, So...
Like you want to say to Jack Bauer?
I was on set with Jack Bauer.
I'm a fan.
Then I came back and I started doing a whole lot of things. That's the educational background. But real school.
Real school. Talk about the real school.
Was on the street. The University of the Street.
Wow.
Yeah. I learned.
Are you a bad boy?
Yes, I was. Do you know the bad boy? There are 2 types of bad boys.
Okay,
now.
talk to me about
There's
it.
the bad boys that is bad, bad boy. But there's the bad which is born against the devil.
Oh my goodness! Like seriously?
But actually,
So that's the bad boy that you are.
Yeah, that's the bad boy. I don't tell people. I always like
to appear.
Yeah, because
bad.
I'm not sent to anybody that criticizes me. That means they are not. Jesus was
You are not
always.
sent to them.
Jesus was always on the bad side with the bad people. They kept condemning him. He never gave attention to them. So that's the kind of.
And the names of the bad girls were not left out in the.
Oh yeah.
In the Hebrews chapter 11, where we call the Hall of Faith.
Exactly.
So bad boys, bad girls. Are you sent only to boys?
No. The actually God of the bad boys wasn't just for the boys. It was for everybody.
Everyone.
But what we're trying to say is there's a God that believes in every bad person. Because to God there is no bad person. He doesn't see bad. Absolutely. He sees good. Everything he created was good, and he remains good. It doesn't matter how twisted it is to people. Everything remained good, and We call them the bad boys. Jesus never saw it. He called people that were collecting tax. Those are people that were in his team. Those are the people that remain on earth to reach the world. So, we have the reserved, we have the rugged, rough and rude. That's actually when you are talking about David. David was rugged, he was rude, he was handsome also. So that's where I come from.
Wow.
But there's a scripture that had driven me all my life. It's in Numbers 25. That story of Phineas, when there was so much sin in Israel, and God was actually killing everybody. God was killing everybody, and he told his leaders, go and kill every leader of the people that have messed up. And after the leaders were on, all of them gathered and were still waiting on God. What do we do, Lord? Have mercy. People were still dying. The plague was still on. Then one Israelite still had the audacity to bring into the camp a babe. Under the nostrils of Moses, like all our leaders, everybody seemed so concerned, praying and waiting on God, and took the babe into the camp to start to have sex without there. The Bible says, and there arose from amongst them one whose name was Phineas.
Okay.
He got up without asking anybody any permission or question. Because as at that time, if you kill, you're going to be killed. So he was ready to die for a cause that he believed in so much. He got up, took a javelin, went after him, and killed the guy. And the Bible says, and the plague stopped. Then God spoke to Moses. That guy, what he had done had stopped the plague, not what you have been doing.
Okay.
And he said, from this day ends, the priesthood will not depart from his house. That's the passion, so that's the zeal, that's what drives me. That's what brought me this far. Everything I've done seems so controversial, and probably the most controversial young Christian in the city of Ibadan.
Wow.
Even in Nigeria, probably.
And then I saw something like the TOG.
Oh, TOG.
So,
this house under God.
This house under God.
TOG is actually an acronym. But I actually don't want to push the full meaning so that, I want the TOG to appeal to the people that are meant for.
Have you been able to reach quite a number of thugs, bad boys, and all of that?
We've lost count. We trust God. We're not just reaching them. We so thank God that even the people that we have reached that were formerly on the street are right now no more on the street. They are now reaching
to other people.
I reach them, they are reaching back.
You see, I wonder how you reach people like this. Like, you portray yourself like a bad boy. You know the bad boy that you are.
Not even like I portrayed myself. Before I got born again, this was the way I was. I started to use my earrings when I was in Form 2.
You've been using these earrings since Form 2?
My dad would slap me and collect the earrings. He had the container that was filled with earrings.
Then you go and put another one.
No, and the funny thing was I didn't have a mentor or somebody somewhere that I was looking at that probably was using earrings. I wasn't that kind of a person. It was just me. So when I got born again, I went to the Bible school for 1 year. I didn't mention that. I went to God's Army Bible Training Center.
Are you serious?
That's Bishop Michael Kokoso's training Bible. So that's Trent Bible School.
And so were you having all this stuff on?
Well, 1 year.
Because I'm sure somebody will just...
That 1 year, I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. I was just normal. I thought I was going to actually come out and become a pastor.
But you don't know that.
No. When I started to pray, before we had our graduation, when I started to pray, God said to me...
But you're a pastor, to me.
Well,
because you're reaching people.
Yeah, God said to me, you're not going to become a pastor anywhere. What you are going to do, you started to do before you came here. So just go back to what you started to do. I had started to do the outreaches before I went to the Bible school.
Yes.
And I can't even remember one thing I learned from the Bible. So that's the same thing. I did health science and kinetic energy in OAU.
Yes.
It has something to do with what I'm doing today.
Oh my God.
I never did anything that has to do with the stage. I just knew that I wanted to do something that I had to do with people. My Jazzy comes from someone that is able to, lift you up when you are down and make you happy. That's the name. That's where my Jazzy comes from. Now, I used to love to organize parties for people, and I just wanted you to have fun, and just be okay. That's the same thing that is driving me now. It's just that I'm crazier than I was then, because this is what I'm actually formed and wired for.
Wow. This is amazing. This is serious. So, you used to dance, right?
Yes, I still dance. I still dance at our God of the Bad Boys edition last December. When I got on stage, people said, I danced. I'm sorry. I still dance. I still act. We still have the drama. So we're doing it all as the Lord.
I celebrate what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
You have taken your own kind of service into a new dimension, and that dimension is what dimension that quite a number of people have looked away away from, and which is making us to lose number of people every day. You see, I still want you to talk about terrorism on the campus and all that, but I'm going to take a break. I'll take a short break, and after that, I'll be back in the house with Jazzyb.
This is the PMA Show.
I'm Bishop Francis Waluke.
My name is Amy, and you're watching.
I'm Taiwo Otegbe.
I am Bishop Samuel Wan Olumakinde
This
Alawode.
is the PMA Show. Keep watching.
Okay, welcome back. This is still the PMA Show. My name is Moji Alawi. I've been on set with a young, wonderful, passionate man. His name is Jazzyb. Okay. You know, there's something he talked about that I noticed that happened in the Bible. You know, when you look at the time of the Easter season, you will remember that Jesus Christ was in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was praying. It took some people who call the inner circle people that are maybe the most wonderful set of people, Peter, James, and John, to come pray with him. And by the time he got there, he left them to pray. They were sleeping. Came back the second time, they were sleeping. He begged them, can't you wait for me for 1 hour? He came back the third time, they were sleeping.
Then he said, sleep.
And then he said, sleep on. Then immediately after that, just a few minutes after that, Judas came. That was another disciple. And what did Judas do? He came to kiss him and revealed him and betrayed him. Okay, immediately after that, imagine the scenario. They took Jesus and they were taking him away. And Peter was following afar off, having promised, I will never deny you. And he denied him 3 times after that, and he called crew. Do you know what? That was the last time that Jesus and these disciples saw themselves until Jesus resurrected from the dead. And when he resurrected from the dead, he said, go tell my disciples to meet me. Who are the disciples? The weak, the prayerless, those who were not up to the task, those who were not able to wait with him for 1 hour. Who was his that? You know, and the amazing thing is, when Jesus was about to be ascended up into heaven, he now said to these disciples, the weak, the vulnerable, go and preach the gospel, and I'll be with you. Which means he knew that he was going to empower them to do what he has assigned them to do. So, you know, so I was asking you during the break that who discipled you? Because it took somebody who has a mind of Christ to say, oh, you know, because they would just look at you and say, I don't know what to do about him. He just keep, you know, just leave him. He's, you know.
How did I even get to church? How did I get born again? I didn't get born again by the normal preaching. I was actually in my room one day dressing to go ask a girl out in my area that just came to my area. Because you are fine, I must, you know. So, and that day, as I dressed up, I just started to hear this strange voice that was very compelling, irresistible, very soft, but I couldn't. So when I got to the turning of where I was going to turn to the girl's house, the voice said to me, walk on. And I could not resist it. I wasn't seeing who was talking. Then I walked on. Then I got to this building that was very close to the express. As at that time, it was particularly an area in Felele, Ibadan. I was in Nigeria, where people don't actually get to. There's this building, a warehouse, that used to be a place where they park, you know, these cow horns and, you know, prepare them and probably export them, but it was abandoned. It was cleaned up. When I was in secondary school, we used to scale the fence to enter into that building and do all sorts, but this time it was cleaned up and the gate was open, and the voice said to me, enter. Then as I entered, the building was empty, warehouse, and there were only 5 people that were holding their hands. 5 young people, 1 guy and 4 other babes. They were holding their hands, they were speaking jargons. They were speaking in tongues, but to me it was jargons. And the voice said to me, join them. Now imagine a street boy entering into a warehouse
in the midst of
people
born again, great anointed people.
Now I didn't know that it was actually the youth escort of that church that had come to pray. And that was where God took me to. And I broke their hands and I joined, and I was just looking at their faces. I didn't understand what they were saying. Then one of them, I saw her face. She was actually the young sister, the younger sister of a lady that I dated at the particular point in time. And she knew that I was bad. She whispered to the ear of the guy.
The devil has entered.
Now, all of them closed one eye and opened another like this till they finished the prayer session. That was how I got to church.
Oh,
when they left that day, it was a Saturday, January 5th. And I came back to church on Sunday. I saw church. It was just there. But Monday,
church was just there.
It was just there at that time. I was born into a Baptist family. As a matter of fact, Okiado Baptist Church. When they were building the gallery, they were having service downstairs. I was having sex upstairs.
Oh my God!
That was how bad.
You were that bad.
Yes.
You were
church.
bad. You were bad.
And my dad, I would still stand in front of the church in January and read, what we call Akosori for Baptist.
And
January
you
to,
read it.
throughout the week. I read from January to December. I'll quote. That just to help some parents who think taking your children to church that means you are churching them. You are not. There's difference between building a relationship between your child and Christ. It's different from taking your church to a four-wall place where you think they are actually. When we enter church, my dad will drop us. We enter in the children's department. I'll go back to watch movies 10 to 12. And make sure I get back to church
before closing.
So
some of us did.
So you can imagine the kind of experience.
That was not as bad as you were.
So that was the kind of experience I had. So this particular day, I went back to church Monday, and I was in church for 2 weeks straight up. I did not leave the church. I was reading the Bible. I read Genesis to Revelation.
Wow.
14 days. I didn't know what was driving me. But it was actually that then I knew that it wasn't my choice. So that's actually the secret of what drives me today.
Wow.
That's why I'm not afraid of whoever criticizes or says anything about me, because nobody was there when he told me to do the things. Now, this church was Trem.
Yes.
The Redeemed Evangelical Mission in Felele. They just bought this property, but they still used to have their service at somewhere
around
in
that
town.
place, yes.
So, and the pastor of the church is Pastor Muiwa Maku. Now, this is a man that will tell you, if the word does not do it, forget about it. So my initial years, I was with my earrings. The first 3 months I got to church, I was already driving him around to ministrations. I was blessed. I was gifted. I can drive. Driving is my hobby till date. So, at that time, there were young people that didn't know how to drive. I was ready to serve. Nobody told me or hoodwinked me to come and serve in church like we're trying to do to young people of today. There's even no dedication, no commitment today.
No, and they didn't
Nobody
make you
was paying me.
assistant
I was the
brother
first that would get to church and the last that will leave the parsonage. I never slept there. Pastor Miwamaku, will tell you, if you don't know the word, you can't even be around him and not know the word of God. So it was the one God used to,
be able to tame you.
Yes. The initial
but that didn't change the person and the passion that you had.
It didn't. It didn't.
And then you felt like you were going to become a pastor at some point in your life.
Yes, because of the kind of grooming I was having and no hearings. Well, I knew something wasn't just there.
To be with everything you've been doing, I know you've been working in the campus, you've been working among the youth and all that. What do you think is the problem? What exactly is the problem behind or the reason for campus cultism?
Wow. It's a big thing that, thank God, that has become tamed in our country. But at the same time, it's still, I think it actually starts from home. It starts from home. That's the truth. It starts from home, because I was a one-man army before I ever got into any institution. Called dons, as we call them, about 4 or 5 of different settings had come to meet me before I ever got into the university to be part of. Of course, and that's what
before you even got admission.
Now that's actually why we have cultism in our secondary schools today. It has gone down to the primary schools. You need to see what goes down there, and that's just like I said. It starts from home. I mentioned during the last episode that my dad. My parents thought taking me to church, driving me to church, and just dropping me in church while they go into the big church, while we are at the teenage church, is what makes it, And thank God for the present-day churches, the teenage church and the people there now is different. I didn't tell you, my dad disowned me at a particular point in time in my life because he wanted me to be a pharmacist. I was the last son, and I wasn't just ready for that.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yes, he's alive. He's 90.
Is he a pharmacist?
He's a pharmacist. He's actually the first palm chemist pharmacist in Nigeria, in Africa, actually.
Okay,
so
I can see the
so
reason.
He really wanted something.
You don't look close to a pharmacist.
So this cultism thing.
Okay.
Let me tell you a short story to answer this question. There's this young girl, true story. Yinka, I won't mention her surname. Okay. Yinka had A parallel in her exams. She wrote, not WAEC now. Okay. We had WASC. Yes. They are writing WAEC. Yes. So she wrote the WAEC and had A parallel, and all she wanted to do was theater arts.
Okay.
And the parents said, no, how can you go do theater arts with this kind of combination?
Yes.
The dad said you should go for civil engineering. The
Okay.
mom said, no, go for... So the sister said go for computer. Eventually, they filled computer in her form, and she was getting ready to go to a particular university. And she was just 16 at that particular age, a girl that does not go out of the house, a virgin. The day she went to write her post-jam, she didn't return back home.
What happened?
Because she just didn't want to go back to the house where they forced her to do a particular course she didn't want to do in school.
Okay.
And they didn't see her until 2 years after.
Huh, that was...
And 2 years after, when
Scary.
they found her, a particular town, a major city in a
Wow.
particular state actually sent policemen to their house to tell them to come and take their daughter away, or else they were going to assassinate her. Because he was the number one for a particular cult, a particular setting in that particular city. She was the one that started it.
You see, right there, talking about this Yinka's case right there, there are quite a number of parents who are watching us right now who have kids.
Yeah.
Who are stubborn,
Yeah.
who are being bad. You
Yeah.
just try to tame them, they refuse to be tamed.
Yeah.
You want to go this way, they will go the other
Yeah.
way. This,
Yeah.
they will do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So many sad stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You had the story of the young boy who went and killed his father.
Yeah.
All sort of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to parents on how to handle children like this?
Love them.
You know?
Love them. Give them attention. Welcome them. Don't be like another lady who I met, who was with me, who stayed with me for a particular point in time, that when she wants to talk to her parents and she knocks the door, they will tell her, say what you want to say from there.
From there.
Give them attention. When you notice that they are withdrawn, give them time. Meet with them. I'm my daughter's best friend. She tells me everything. We chat, you know, and we didn't have that opportunity. We even thought we were closer to our parents then, until now that I realized. Give them attention, because before you know it, you had actually groomed them in a way that even when an outward force wants to come introduce something to them, the person knows. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he or she will go. And when it grows, it will not depart from it. It's true.
Wow.
It's true. It's just true. If you introduce some things to something, because they do evangelism. It's not just the church. The evangelism is even stronger than ours.
Yeah, because they will just make provisions and say, we'll give you this,
They come to you while
that.
you are trying to register in school. They offer you, they tell you, we'll make this happen for you.
We'll make this happen for you.
They won't even introduce themselves to you.
They just want to help you. And anybody respond to any fellowship of love.
You are happy, and before you know it, they tell you, and you're like, so what have I got to lose?
What about those children who come from like very privileged homes? Their parents mostly don't have time, maybe they are politicians or even pastors who have jobs to do, and they're always traveling.
Yeah, they don't give attention.
You know,
some people will tell the children that I'm working because of you.
Because of you.
No, you are not. You think you are. Without giving me time and attention, that means I'm giving my time and attention to somebody else outside.
Because everybody deserves an attention, and everybody needs it to live.
Yes,
so if you don't get attention from someone, you must have to get it from somewhere else.
Because I do a lot of things with a lot of young people. One lady, when she comes back from school with her younger brother, they must stay. Professors' children, they must stay in their neighbor's place. And one day, the neighbor's maid told the younger brother to begin to sleep with the elder sister.
Oh!
And for years,
wow,
the lady did not forgive her brother. And when they were in the university, I don't want to mention university, she wanted to kill her younger brother. They were together in the same school. That was when she opened up to me. She never opened up to anybody.
Wow.
And the parent,
okay, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, God.
So it just starts from home,
I know.
Let our parents look, let them give our children attention. Even if they are not actually coming forth as expected.
It's not enough to just give them money.
No.
It's not enough to just give them exotic car to ride and just... It's not enough. And then let them also have the life experiences. Don't do everything for them.
Yes,
because that's another, thing I've seen among the privileged children, because they have everything they want. They don't get to know how life, how it happens.
And just like I said, the bedrock of it is letting your child have a fellowship with Christ. That's what I've concluded. That's my conclusion. If a child has fellowship with Christ,
the rest
as
is
we're talking about the
done.
bad ones, I know of some people, the first crusade he had was at age 14. I wished I had known Christ that much when I was 14. He had his first crusade at 14. And today, he's filling up stadiums all over the world.
Praise God. What's your biggest dream?
My biggest dream. I hate to see spaces. Like, I hate to see, like, a building. Maybe like a building or like a place where they say they use for events or for programs. I hate to see it filled with people who just want to jam for the secular. You know, there are songs you listen to that by the time you are done, you want to run after a babe.
Absolutely.
Or you want to just go grab some alcohol and just feel yourself. I like to see the capacity. I like to see large halls filled to capacity with young people crave for Christ. That's I'm driven for soul winning. I want every young person to just
to know
come,
what you know
and just come to Christ and know that it's not about going to church. It is about having a fellowship, a relationship with Christ. That's what drives me. When I see it's so crazy that when you talk to a young person today and you tell, do you know this story of so person? They are looking at you. At 21, they are looking at you. They don't even know the story because they actually don't have a relationship with the Bible.
Absolutely.
You know, the Bible is, if you want them to sleep, give them the Bible.
Yes. Once they start reading, they will start sleeping.
They will sleep.
Oh my God, Jazzyb. Okay, we're going to have a short break, and after that, I'll be back in the house with Jazzyb. It's been the PMA show.
This is the PMA show.
I'm Bishop Francis Waluke.
My name is Amy, and you're watching.
I'm Taiwo Otegbe.
I am Bishop Samuel Olumakinde.
This is the PMA show. Keep watching.
Okay, welcome back. This is the PMA show. Living in victory every day is God's will for you. I once saw a movie. I think that was an American movie. A young boy saw a strange creature, brought the creature home as a pet. And when the parent discovered that, they were very, very angry with him, took the creature and flushed it down, you know, the sink. And the years after, the creature has grown up to be a very big dinosaur who eventually found its way out of the circleway and became a problem for the city, became a problem for the community. I see this scenario happening in our days because we send our children to school without raising them. And that's why I brought this young man, Jazzyb, you know, on the show today to be able to throw light into what God has been laying upon his heart, his passion for the youth, you know, especially. Welcome back to the show, Jazzyb. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I see that we educate our children most time without taming them, without training them. To make matter what, we use other people's children as house helps. You know, we mistreat those people and turn them to modern slaves. You know, and then I realized that sometimes we are breeding a terrible environment for ourselves because we are raising terrorists in our homes because your driver, your gate man, whoever that is around you are not well taken care of. They are not well raised. They are not well trained. Unfortunately, a lot of poor children, you know, are graduating with a 2-1. They have no job. Your children who don't have good results are having all the positions, you know. So there are many angry people around us. We drive with them every day. We drive with them every day. That's why sometimes in America, they didn't know how to handle it. They just take a gun and shoot some people because they are angry. How do we curb this kind of problem? You know what I'm trying to say? How do we overcome this kind of situation with your own kind of ministry?
Wow. Well, the first thing and the most important thing is the same thing that governs everybody. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Wherever there's no fear of God, everything will be possible. Every bad thing will be present. And the people that are actually supposed to groom everybody accordingly and probably equally are the one. If you have the fear of God, there's no way you will be partial in raising people. I know a lot of families that actually they're the ones sending their housemates to school. There's one story. There was one that they took this lady abroad. A guy. They took him abroad, and for 40 years he's been a slave. Then recently, probably you heard the story. It was a major news on the cable in the UK, in Nigeria. So, but what I'm saying is the fear of God. If you have the fear of God, there is no way. Once the fear of God is embedded on the inside of you, you will do the right thing.
You do the right thing.
Even when you make mistakes, you are able to retrace your steps
and then you know
without
what?
anybody
you know,
correcting you.
this is our domain.
Yes, ma'am.
This is our domain.
Yes, ma'am.
We have been living in this domain.
Yes, ma'am.
If you protect your brother,
Yes, ma'am.
you are protecting yourself.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If you protect your gate man,
Yes, ma'am.
you are protecting yourself.
That's just the scripture. The Bible says,
Yes.
love yourself, love your
Love
neighbor.
your neighbor. And that's the topmost of
Yeah.
all commandments
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
comes to the New Testament.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, most of the time we think that we are trying to push forward for something we desire. And then in the process, we try to push other people down. But when we get what we desire, there are some people waiting
yeah,
down
sure.
to pull us down.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's why it's important for us to look into the lives of
Yes,
people
ma'am.
that are surrounding us
Yes, ma'am.
and be able to help them.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I also want to look into the youth. How do youth get involved in national development? What is the involvement of the youth in the future of Nigeria, starting from where we are right now?
Well, thank God that we're beginning to have governments that are trying to bring young people into places of authority or positions of authority for them to be groomed. But at the same time, we can't just let every young person who has not gone through some real grooming go occupy a position, because it's going to be worse than the people that we are complaining about. And just the same thing, the fear of God, man. The fear of God. If God is probably impressing upon your heart or leading you to go into politics, why not? Why not? How old was Major General Muhammadu Buhari?
Muhammadu Buhari when he started, yes.
Yes. How old was he? How old? You know, when you look at the ages, 24, 25, 26,
Yes.
27.
Yes.
And that's just the way it is. So if we don't do it, the wrong people, the Bible says when the wrong people are in authority, the righteous run to hide.
Yes.
So if the people with the right mind and the knowledge and light do not go into place of authority, who's going to do it?
Who's going to go into
We
it?
need young people to go there. We need them to go there. But it's not going to be easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy. Nothing in life that is worthwhile is easy. So they have to start. I tell a lot of young people, you want to go into, I do a program called Dreams Come True.
Okay.
There was a time I brought this young guy. I don't want to mention his name because he's presently an honorable in government, President Nigeria. Many young people didn't believe in him. They felt that he was just probably riding on his dad's whatever. But because I mingled with him and I knew his heart, I brought him up the show. And that gave like a hope, like an open door to a whole lot of young people to say, oh, this guy actually has the brains. And they supported him. He first became a commissioner. Now it's like now. A lot of people would think when I mentioned that a lot of money has come to lie.
So a lot of money has not come, really.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, we need the young people to believe in themselves and go into it.
And our passion must not be money.
It can't be.
Because that was the mistake of our leaders in the past.
Yes, man. And even some of our parents.
Yes.
Even some of our parents have pushed some ladies to go into wrong marriages because of wealth, because of money that will actually run dry. Only one thing does not run dry. The grace of God, the favor of God, the love of God, it doesn't run dry.
Absolutely.
So what I know is just the fear of God. As long as the fear of God rules our heart and governs us. For me, everything I've done, I've never had one sponsor. I've never had somebody sponsor any program I've done. I go from one place to another. I run to people to ask them to please support me, please support me. I go without food. You understand what I'm saying? Only one thing drives me. At the end of the program, I want to be able to say, Lord, did I do what exactly you told me to do? That's all. That's all.
That's amazing.
When I see the crowd, I don't even see them at the program. It's only when I see the because so we had this number of people.
Wow,
but
because your mind
it doesn't bother me. I don't
reaching
take data. I don't take phone numbers that we now want to send. I say to people, if in Ibadan we have, yesterday we have 3 million people. So why must I take the phone numbers of 1,000 or 2,000 young people and start sending text messages to them? I don't want to reach the same set of people every time. I want to reach the people God has in mind every time. And it's not by money, it's by passion. It's by instruction.
Wow.
When you have passion, you have instruction. And when I was bad, we made sure that all that was said was done at the shed of our blood. Now that we're on the right side, I'll die there.
Wow. Awesome, Jazzyb.
Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Someone needs to listen to you, see your passion before they say, who is that guy that is looking like? I appreciate that. So